Ooh, well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay is excuse me, Randy Replay Randy Replay back at it again. Minnesota Vikings football on the air, online, all across the SSN. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves being 1-8 after that victory last week, but we have a big test here, a 3-game home stretch. It's good to celebrate your first victory, especially if you're Kevin O'Connell, new head coach, new GM, new regime, as it were. But you have to forget about it and you have to move on because you have 3 very important games, and then after these 3, you have 3 of the next 5 are divisional games. So you've really got to buckle down and get these wins here. No slouching, as it is said. So here we go. No longer has Ezekiel Elliott do the Cowboys, but they do have DeMarcus Lawrence. He will be the top threat for the Minnesota Vikings, including his 7 sacks on the season. Kirk Cousins and this offensive line are clearly out of sync, and they're letting pressure get back there at will, seemingly. So we'll go over the injury report. Nothing changes, really. Dislocated hip for JJ. He will be out for 3 more weeks. That is a big L for the Minnesota Vikings, especially here at home. So we'll get him back for the Detroit game. And for the Cowboys, we'll actually go the right way here. Down to the Cowboys. They have Jonathan Cooper. Still nursing that broken collarbone. He is a linebacker. He will be out for 3 more weeks as well. Looking at the division, the Packers keep on winning. They're 8-2. The Lions keep doing Lions things. They're 3-6. The Bears are 3-8, losers of their last 2, and the Vikings are 1-8. As you can see, coming up in week 14, we do have the Lions in Detroit. So we'll take a look at the schedule for said teams, and we'll real quickly kind of figure out where they're going to be at. For the Bears, we can find them. Here they are. Kind of up and down year. Kind of really hitting a losing streak after they beat the Vikings in that nail biter. Going on a 6-game losing streak, it appears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, indeed. They have the gosh darn Jets. Of course, the Falcons just took care of business. They have the gosh darn Jets, and then they have the Packers. So we expect them to beat the Jets. We expect them to lose to the Packers. They'll be 5-8. Or what are they, 4-8? 4-9. Sorry. Oh my goodness, it is almost week 14. They pulled a late bye. Then they have the Eagles. We expect them to lose. We expect them to lose against the Bills. We expect them to beat the Lions, and then we have them last week of the season. So very, 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 very winnable game against Chicago there. And then we look at the Lions. we take a peek at the Lions. And then in their next 3, they have the Giants. Could go either way. The Lions play the Bills. And then the Jaguars of Jacksonville. No one is going to lose to the Bills. Oh my. So Lions, Bills, and Bears. Oh my. So they definitely don't have an easy schedule coming up. And then of course we pull them week 14. They have the Bears and the Packers there last week. So really this division, if it keeps going on the current trend, will come down to these last 5 weeks. And all these divisional games, 3, as we said, 3, well, for them, 3 in the last 6, but for us, 3 in the last 5 are divisional games. It's insane. It's going to come right down to the wire, of course. Coming up here on Thanksgiving. Next week, we play the Patriots. The roar has been restored. Yeah, it appears so. They're 3-6, second in the division. So it all comes down to these 3 home games. If you can walk away with at least 2, because we are expecting them to play good at home. I mean, we've been kind of expecting that all season, but look where we are, 1-8. Sitting, I do believe, in overall selection number 2, now that we have gotten our first win of the season. It's still, CJ Stroud is still within our grasp. I do believe in the latest mock draft, they have him sliding down to number 7. So, I mean, you don't want to accuse a team of tanking at all, but I mean, if you don't come out of these next 3 games with at least 2 wins, you're gonna, maybe the suck for Stroud will be on. I digress. Randy Replay, Minnesota Vikings pregame. Good to have you here. We're going to get you out to kickoff momentarily. Teams are taking the field. Minnesota Vikings football is next. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to US Bank Stadium. There he is. First time winning head coach Kevin O'Connell taking the field all by his little lonesome, and NFL leading interceptions. Xavier Rhodes with 13 comes into this game. Of course, we welcome in Dak Prescott, now without Zeke for the first time in his career. This is, of course, being traded to Buffalo. Old Glory being waved a couple moments ago for the Cowboys. Seemingly everywhere they go, they wear these uniforms. Why can't it be like any normal team? And a surprise little thing here, the Vikings coming out in their original Nike uniforms from 2010. So there you go, a little surprise for the fans. So Kirk Cousins, there you go. 14 touchdowns passing. They're not all Kirk's, but we're definitely needing to work on that. For the Cowboys, they come into the game 19 sacks, 11 picks, holding opposing QBs to just 50% completion percentage. So the defense ran by that man, Michael Rutherford McCarthy III. Just doing pretty good this season. Of course, we throw the most picks in the NFL. And I just hope that it's a trend that doesn't continue today and we don't get sacked a lot. So Minnesota Vikings have won the toss. They have elected to receive foregoing. Getting the ball in the start of the second half. And kablamo! This game is underway. The Monsoon Air sponsorship, being renewed here. And just Kenny Wongwu. Man, that was a weird hiccup. We take this thing out to the 26, and here comes Kirk Cousins in this 4th-ranked overall Minnesota Vikings offense, despite the interceptions and the turnovers. There we go. 2,900 yards, 55 picks, 13 touchdowns. Do not adjust your television sets or your radio dials. That is, those are the numbers. Randy doesn't lie. Those are the numbers. So here we go. Minnesota Vikings football. Being brought to you by Monsoon Air. Kirk will start this game under center. Gives it off to Dalvin. Dalvin will try and claw his way as he just gets a yard. Of course, last week, having an amazing game. 39 carries, 164 and a touchdown. He's got 672 on the year. What's going on, Dro? Minnesota Vikings fan line open and ready to receive your questions, comments, concerns, and complaints. Kirk Cousins. First pass of the game goes to the left. That is Irv Smith Jr. Goes for 4. I'll bring up a 3rd and manageable 5. So 3rd and 5. Cousins shotgun. Gets the snap. Throw to the left. Caught. And that is Tyler Johnson. Starting in the slot in the absence of Justin Jefferson. That goes for 11. So Kirk Cousins off to a pretty good start, moving up in the pocket. Pocket's kind of holding his own right now. Soft spot in the zone was found there. Oh, Minnesota, 13:39 left and counting. It'll be Dalvin out of the shotgun, gets the snap, gets hit hard from behind. He's good for 7. What a play. So Cousins low and setback shotgun, gets the snap, pump fakes, throws across the middle. That is caught again. Tyler Johnson, first down. So Tyler Johnson, 2 catches, 2 first downs, and Minnesota is moving these chains as you just saw. So here we go. Cousins under center. Play action again. He's got a man to the left. Again, that will be Colin Johnson. So the other Johnson getting involved here as well. Oh my heavens. So we're throwing everything at this Cowboys defense. Just taking what the defense gives us. 2nd and 3. Shotgun. Give us to Dalvin. Dalvin trying to get a hole. He'll only get 1. And another 3rd down for Minnesota. So here we go. Adam Thielen, your man in motion. He gets sets. Kirk gets the snap from the shotgun, throws across the middle. Tyler Johnson again, 1st down. And there it is, so Tyler Johnson, the biggest contributor I have seen here. Kirk Cousins moving with the pocket. Look at that tight spiral, caught, 1st down. Tyler Johnson. Not Tyler, jeez. Kirk Cousins throwing dots out here, right? As somebody from the Vikings fan line just pointed out, Dot City. I want to think about renaming this stadium to US Dot Stadium. Anyway, that was a poor attempt. Dalvin Cook off to the right. Oh my God. Can we go back? KJ Osborne, what are you doing? Can we go back? Let's take a look before they get set again. So Dalvin Cook off to the right. He has great blocking. Let's take a look at KJ. If he holds this block here. Oh. Okay, live action. It didn't look like, yeah, he just took a bad angle. Okay, never mind. Anyway, you know it's a run play, KJ. You got to get out there. That's a touchdown if he holds that block. Randy Replay's voice cracking and all here. I mean, you got to get out there, right? But anyway, good run by Dalvin. And here come the Vikings. Inching ever closer to this end zone here. Kirk Cousins gets the snap from the shotgun. Thinks he's got a man. Caught. That will be Tyler. Oh, that's Adam Thielen, not Tyler. Oh, sorry about that. Interesting. So 3rd and short now. For some reason, I thought that was Tyler again. 3rd and short goes to Dalvin. Dalvin! He tried to reach, but he didn't get it. So in the red zone, another drive stalls. And now you have a decision to make. Do you be aggressive or do you take the points? Oh, just barely didn't get it. Oh my heavens. Joey Sly on for a field goal in the lead. Joey Sly. Kick is away. It is good. So on the Monster scoreboard, the drive that saw Kirk Cousins going 5 for 5 stalls out, and we just end up with a field goal. Oh, bother. Anyway, the Minnesota Vikings lead 3-0. 10-17 left to go, and now this Minnesota Vikings red-hot defense gets to take the field. And here comes Cowboys offense, led by that man, Dak Prescott. We'll take a look at his numbers here quick. 2,647 yards, 21 touchdowns against 13 picks. Holding his head. Hopefully he doesn't have a concussion. Seems to be the anyway, Dak Prescott starts his game out of the shotgun. See what he wants to do here. He will throw it. Quick throw. That is it's going to be Dalton Schultz, I do believe. Schultz, yes, Schultz will get the catch. Garbage time, Dak Prescott, yes. Padding the stats, yeah, he's been very known to do that for sure. Dak Prescott throw across the middle, caught, and if you're Patrick Peterson, I don't know how you play this any better. CeeDee Lamb, 19 yards. And Patrick Peterson is right there. I mean, How do you play that any better? It was a very dangerous throw. Yes, could have been picked. I got lucky on that one. Anyway, under center now. Trying to get through. Another dangerous throw against Xavier Rhodes. Gallup with the catch. So, Dak Prescott telling his teammates, I got you. I'm going to do this through the air, boys. Josh Metellus comes down in the formation as a linebacker. Oh, just missing the tackle there is the aforementioned Metellus, and that'll be a first down for Pollard. Let's see what we can do here. Prescott in the shotgun. To give this to Pollard. Pollard gets face washed by Jordan Hicks. What a shot. And then they'll do big hits like that. And Pollard, no, it's a play action. Prescott, somebody in his face, and oh my goodness, again. Is Gallup down at the 2? I don't know if you're Xavier Rhodes, how you play this any better without getting called for pass interference. He's basically on his back. So, Prescott's just putting it in that tight window. Kevin O'Connor looking on, and my heavens, what a sequence of events here. Prescott changes the play. Vikings will stay in their defense that they just called. Kendricks will meander over, and it's Pollard untouched for the touchdown. And he will do the slow clap, as a couple other teams have done to us. Hopefully not mocking the skull chant, but in Louis Sean just late getting to the gap. That's it is what it is. So the point after to make it 7-3. Spot, kick. Excuse me, it's all good. 7 plays, 76-yard drive. Joey Sly to make it a 1-point game. Gotta take your points. We've learned that early. We've learned that often. Kick is away. It's good. So Joey Sly brings it within 1, and now the defense. It's all on you. We need to stop. We need it now. Throw across the middle, intercepted. Right on cue. It's Eric Kendricks. Right on cue. Eric Kendricks with an interception. Wowzers. Oh my goodness. Xavier Rhodes almost batted it away. Is he playing defense on the interception lead? Xavier Rhodes possibly saying, nah, dude, you're not going to beat me. I do believe that is Eric Kendricks' 5th interception. Gain of 4 there. 2nd and 6. Kirk Cousins another. Oh, finally his first incompletion. And it is out of a sack. So as soon as he turned around there, he had a guy in his face. We'll bring up 3rd and 6. Cousins gets the snap, throws across the middle. It is Tyler Johnson who fights for a first down. So Cousins moving with the pocket, getting his feet set on almost every throw he has thrown today. And the Vikings defense is loving this right now. High fives and knuckles going around. They're like, hey, we finally get to breathe. KJ Osborne in motion all the way to the right as a wide receiver. Cowboys showing man coverage. It will be Dalvin on the carry. He will just get a yard. No, they're going to give him no gain. Oh boy. No gain for Dalvin. Minnesota fans, you deserve every single bit of the play you're getting so far. Vikings shotgun. Cousins gets the snap. Throws. He's down. No, KJ. Oh no, KJ. KJ with probably the biggest drop of the season so far. KJ, what are you doing? KJ Osborne dropping that one. Kirk Cousins gonna try it again, and it's intercepted. Oh boy. Well, Poirier will get his interception this game, and he threw it behind the crossing KJ Osborne. And there you have it. So we'll see what happens. Prescott. It's an all-out blitz. And it's Anthony Barr sacking his former quarterback. So Dak Prescott will walk into a bar today. And that forces a punt. Everybody was fooled except for Anthony Barr. He just shoves down Dak Prescott. My heavens. The snap. The kick is away. It is good. 10-6. So they hold and they don't give up the touchdown. Just give up 3 points. Third down. Prescott throws across the middle. Dropped. Batted away by Xavier Rhodes. Yeah, it was very risky throwing to double coverage off to the left by Dak. And the kick is away. It is good. 13-6 now. So not out of reach yet. Minnesota Vikings defense definitely keeping us in this one, but at some point the offense has to get going again. We get, a throwaway on third down. Nice wander into punt. Gets this thing. And they down it at the 2. So nice wander. That's what he's been doing all season, and he does it again here. Channing Sullivan, of course, with that speed coming down the field to down it at the 2. And Minnesota now has a great opportunity. The problem is overcommitting. They overcommit on these blitzes, so they got to learn to not. Near formation for the Cowboys. Prescott will turn. He'll give. They don't overcommit, and they'll hold Pollard. Oh my goodness! Somebody please get him down! What should have been a no gain turned out to be a gain of 6. Oh my goodness! Throw, batted away, and that is, it's going to be Cam Danzler on the coverage as Dak Prescott throws across the left side. Daniil Hunter dropping back into coverage, and he will not get it. Dalton Schultz. So the defense holds again. Prime Marshawn Lynch mode for Pollard on this drive. Yes, indeed. And Minnesota forces a 3-and-out. Go. Prescott shotgun gets the snap, throw wide open. What else is new? And Schultz gets in for the score. Oh boy, that's. And are we sure that's not Gronkowski? Are we sure they don't have Gronk? No, that looks a lot like Gronk here. So I do believe they have Marshawn at running back and Gronk at tight end. And here comes a point after. It is good. 20-6 now. And newsflash, Cowboys get the ball in 58 seconds. So if you're Minnesota, what? Oh boy. Oh no. Here we go. Wangwu from the 3. Wangwu up to the 26. So 54 seconds, you have all 3 timeouts. Tyler Johnson this game has eclipsed 1,000 yards. We just learning that now, passing the information on to you. Congrats, Tyler Johnson. Played his college ball here at Minnesota. He was let go by the Bucks and scooped up here this season by Minnesota, who now is facing really elimination from the playoffs. Kirk goes down again. My gosh, maybe you just take him out for the rest of this one, huh? Kevin O'Connell will call a timeout. Maybe you just put Kirk on ice for the rest of the season. And we suck for Stroud. How about that? Maybe the suck for Stroud is on, ladies and gents. Oh boy, Randy Replay would not blame the team if they sucked for Stroud here. Kirk Cousins out of the shotgun gets the snap. It's a stop and go route from Osborne. They'll get all this yardage back and they'll call a timeout their second. So we've seen it here in this stadium, kicking this way. Not Hunter, nice one, but Joey Sly, the Sly guy, hitting from 61. Career long. You have to play at least a couple of these passes to the outside. And here we go. Kirk Cousins, shotgun, gets the snap. Has a man, it's Thielen. Thielen catch goes out. Perfectly executed. So Adam Thielen, 5 catches now for 47. Kirk Cousins stepping into the pocket, much like he did that first quarter where he was so brilliant. And here we go, Minnesota. A little bit of new life coming down the stretch. So here we go. Kirk Cousins, shotgun, gets the snap, much like he has done most of the game. And they're gonna eat one here. They're gonna have to eat a timeout, so they do. I mean, that defense really closed on the ball. I thought KJ had a little bit more room than what he was shown, and it turns out he did not. So here we go. Now, what do you do here? If you do not have a ball, throw it away, take your 3, and come out of here with a little bit of dignity. Kirk Cousins looking over. Oh, just as he was about to throw, they got to spike it. They got to spike it. Kirk Cousins, 7 seconds left. He spikes it. Wait a minute. What? Oh. And what? What? Okay. Well, apparently we're going to watch Santa Claus for 45 seconds, and this stadium is as stunned as I am. What? Okay. Well, at the end of one, we're shocked and stunned. We're going to go around the league here as we normally do. Our neighbors to the east, well, enemies to the east, rather, actually lose today. Titans take care of business, and how about the Vikings? Tannehill, 3 touchdowns in that one. Aaron Rodgers, it was a battle. Going over to the Battle of Los Angeles. The Chiefs up, and they're up big. Justin Herbert with a pick. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdowns. Marquez Valdez-Scantling catching one of those in that one. And then the Detroit Lions, a game that we're watching very, very closely. Detroit does not help out the Vikings as DeAndre Swift gets 2 touchdowns in this one. My heavens. So in the first half, Cowboys going to the short throw, completing 78%. Minnesota kind of throwing it medium, but we'll see what next gen stats says. Inside rush. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Good running in the inside for Minnesota. Comeback season. Yes, indeed. I do hope the Minnesota Vikings can come back here. It's still early. That's what you got to remember. Minnesota, they're only down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Have we made it yet? No. I'm just kidding. It's only a 2-score game with half an hour of football left to go. And if there's anything that we've seen from this team in the second half, it's the defense plays better. That is where we're getting most of our interceptions and most of our turnovers here. Unfortunately, the first half is where Kirk Cousins throws most of his, and that trend has continued. As your first half stats for Minnesota Vikings players, Kirk Cousins QB rating of 56.3 is 20 for 28. That is a season high in terms of completion percentage at 71. For those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 230 yards. Great game by Kirk. Oh, wait a minute. No touchdowns, 3 picks. So I do believe that puts him at 55 for the season, if I'm not mistaken. He was sacked a couple times, averaging 8.2 yards per attempt, though. So he's getting the ball down the field. Of course, Tyler Johnson having a stellar day, eclipsing 1,000 yards this season. We give him some claps here from the booth. Rushing, Dalvin Cook having a good day, kind of slowed down there towards the end of the first half. 17 carries, 63 yards. Receiving, it is Tyler Johnson, 8 for 109. No touchdowns, though. Can we look at his longest? Yes, longest of 26. That is the longest play, I do believe, from either side. Nope, 31 for Gallup. That's right, I do remember that. Adam Thielen, 5 for 47. KJ Osborne, 3 for 46. In absence of Justin Jefferson, who is nursing a broken hip. Or dislocated, however you want to call it. Out for 3 more weeks. Nobody Excuse me. Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to defense and look at total tackles. I do believe Harrison Smith leads again at the end of the first half, much like last game, with 8. Eric Kendricks has 5, Xavier Rhodes has 4, Patrick Peterson, Lewis Seen, and Cam Danzler each have 3. Tackles for loss, we just had 1. Anthony Barr also had a sack. 1 interception by Eric Kendricks. And a pass deflection by Anthony Barr. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns in the first half. Joey Sly having an easy day. 2 for 2. Amassing every single point that this Minnesota Vikings team has. Longest of 38. Hunter Nicewander, 2 punts, 97, netting 97. Wow. 2 of them inside the 20. And kick return, 5 returns for Kene Nwangwu, 115, longest of 26. Now, it's not like most other games. Minnesota got the ball first, so it'll be Dallas's turn. This defense needs to show up. Needs to show up heavy, and it needs to show up often. And on the offensive side, get Dalvin the ball. Obviously, they're letting him run free today. So, you just keep doing that. That'll open up lanes, as we've seen in the passing game, and Kirk will hopefully get back to first quarter Kirk. Minnesota Vikings second half football coming at you. Minnesota kicking off to start their second half. Here we go from US Bank Boom Stadium. Down it in the end zone and bring his team out to the 25. And Tony Pollard, 111 total yards here today. So with a 14-point lead, here comes the Cowboys. Or here come the Cowboys. Big hole for Pollard as he's going to get it up again. This one goes for 17. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So 17 for Pollard. Prescott under center. And why not? It's Pollard again, but this time Dalvin Tomlinson will shed his block, get in there, his first tackle of the game. Dominican Sue sat out of play. He's back. Oh, no. Dominican Sue not touching the field, really. It's Griffin in there. There's a catch again. Left side. Cole Beasley. And first down. So first down for the Cowboys. Prescott. Shotgun. It's the snap. Ooh. Gives it off to Pollard. Surviving the hit from Harrison Smith. It'll be 2nd and 5 now. Here come the Cowboys. Minnesota plays press coverage to the outside. Blitz is on. The blitz is on. He still gets it off. That'll be Schultz again. And we're still not convinced that is not Gronkowski out there. 8 of 7. Both teams changing up their looks. Prescott going back to the original. Needs to get this thing off. Daniil Hunter drops back into coverage. Daniil Hunter rushing the quarterback now. There's the throw. Xavier Rhodes almost had number 16. Incomplete. Or was it 14? It was 14. Sorry, my bad. 14. Xavier Rhodes undercut that ball beautifully. He's just got to get that thing. That's just it. Hendricks notices. That'll be incomplete. Outside intended for Cole Beasley again, and here comes another third down. Vikings defense showing up here, as we stated they had to. Short throw, caught. Hicks, big hit put on Pollard, and that will force another field goal. So here comes a chance to lead by 17. Snap, spot, kick is away, it's good. Oh no. So we take away a little bit of damage there. We'd love to keep him out of field goal range. The crowd is silenced, and here comes another opportunity now. A must-score drive if you want to get back into this one. Wong takes this to about the 23. They're going to give him the 24. Okay. So Tyler Johnson today eclipsing 1,000 yards. That's been the bright point so far. 109. And the bright point was at one point Kirk Cousins, who was at one point. I keep saying that. 11 for 11. Since then, going for 20 for 28. Cousins. Set up screen to Cook. Cook getting involved here finally again. Wow. Oh no, Adam Thielen goes down clutching his chest. Oh gosh. Oh no. So Dalvin, a lot of running room to just make 5 yards, and Adam Thielen will leave the game. Holding his chest, Adam Thielen. Our wide receivers now are as follows. KJ Osborne, Amir Smith-Marset, Tyler Johnson, and Dan Chisena. Kirk Cousins, play action, gets sacked immediately. What else is new? 3rd and 12. Lawrence will get his third, and the Minnesota Vikings offensive line just being the butter in the butter knife scenario, the hot knife, however you want to say it. And, yeah. Pectoral strain will return soon. So we'll see if he returns here. 3rd and 12. Minnesota. Needing a big play here. Thinks they got something drawn up. We'll take a peek. Cousins. One setback. Just as he was about to throw, he's got Tyler Johnson open on the left side. Incomplete. 21 for 30 now. Here comes another nice wander punt. Oh boy. Well, at some point you got to go for it, but I don't think this is the spot. Down near your own 20, and Shandon Sullivan goes for the big hit. There's Cowboys coming back out. Here we go. Minnesota changing up their defensive look. And it's Eric Kendricks with what they call the user. Eric Kendricks with what the youngins will call the loser. The user, he's in the end zone. Eric Kendricks, pick 6. And when I say Eric Kendricks baited, he baited. One would call him the master, but never mind. Eric Kendricks. What a bait pick. And Kevin O'Connell will be excited about that one. Randy Replay just got off of his probation for saying the F word on air. And I didn't say it. Everybody back at the office, I didn't say it, but Minnesota's back in this one now, just down 10. And Everson Griffin, longtime friend of Eric Kendricks, coming over, giving him a pat. There's a former middle linebacker. And my heavens. Scott. Pollard in. Oh boy. Tony Pollard, second of the game. Untouched. Supposed to make it 30-13 now. Kick is away, it is good.
His kick is good.
Anyway, another interception for Kirk. Dak Prescott throws, and it's caught. Pollard, 3rd overall touchdown of the game. This game is over. Tony Pollard with his 3rd overall touchdown in the game, and this thing's just getting out of hand now. Why do we have a linebacker on a running back? That's what I want to know. This to make it 37-13. The snap, the spot, the kick. It is good. And, oh, perfect. Zadarius Smith goes down. Kirk Cousins firing up, or trying to at least, the Vikings offense. Hard to fire somebody up when you're not playing the best. And ladies and gentlemen, Desmond Ridder will come in. So Ridder coming in once again here. Here in this one, we'll see what they want to do here. Cook will get this one. He gets about 5. Torn labrum for Zadarius. And he will not be able to return for this one. So Desmond Ritter, shotgun, gets the snap, rolls. Somebody has to get open, and he's just gonna run it for about loss of 3, and nobody's getting open. They're just stopping on their routes.
Here we go.
I mean, there's no tenacity here in Minnesota. 0. Ritter with the snap, and he gets sacked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else to say. I really don't. It doesn't matter who's back there. This offensive line is just letting people through it. It's like a turnstile getting into the stadium. You might as well have turnstiles out there. Just bring them out. It'll be fine. Nice wander punting from his own 4. And a good move put on. Oh my God, what a move. Good move put on by both teams there. And they'll have great positive field position down at the 40 now. And here comes Prescott. And they're stacking up the middle, playing the run. It is a pitch. And he's going to get the edge in. He goes in for his 4th overall today. Tony Pollard. My goodness. Gets the snap. And it's picked off Cameron Danzler records his 8th. I do believe it. Chainsaw interception. So a great undercut. It's finally good to see that on our side. Of course, Patrick Peterson was underneath as well, but so the chainsaw interception, and out comes out Minnesota Vikings offense once again. Desmond Ritter leading them on the field. Now in plus territory, you got to believe we're going to walk away with at least a field goal attempt as Dalvin Cook finally runs to the left side. Dalvin Cook down to the 30. They're going to go now. Oh, goodness, Dalvin be cooking today. Ritter. Gets it, throws it, caught by Thielen. He gets out of bounds down at the 9. Good for 20. Quick math. Good for 21. So Ritter giving the Minnesota Vikings life. Adam Thielen just recorded his 6th catch for 68 yards. Dalvin's going to cut it left from the middle. He's going to get down to the 5. And now what do you do? Ritter, shotgun. Patting his right buttock. Getting the snap. Oh, just as he was open, just as he was about to throw, the blitz gets there, and it's Denard again. Oh. 3rd and 4 now for Minnesota.
Here we go. Set.
I mean, this is definitely 4-down territory. Quick throw, caught. I almost thought it was intercepted. They're going to go no huddle. They want this. They really want this here. Ritter has a man. It's Thielen. Touchdown. So Desmond Ritter. And finally we get on the board for a touchdown. It's not made by the defense. So Ritter hanging in there through the pressure. Getting it to the wide open, well, seemingly wide open at the time. And of course, Dak Prescott seems unfazed as he should, but Minnesota Vikings fan, you just got something to cheer about. Adam Thielen will record another touchdown. Desmond Ritter, I do believe that is his 4th in purple. And, are they mocking us? Prescott, out of the pistol. And it's going to be Chandon Sullivan with his 1st in purple. And he is gone. When I tell you Chandon Sullivan is gone, Chandon Sullivan is gone. And Chandon Sullivan, his 1st in purple, going for 6. And we don't even get a replay. Wow, how dare you. So Joey Sly on to make it a 27-44 point game. Kick is away. It is good. Momentum is on Minnesota's side for the time being. So Ritter under center. It's another play action. He has Thielen, but he gets hit. In 4th and 21, Minnesota, you kind of have to, right? You kind of have to. You kind of have to here. I mean, what else are you going to do? You got to draw something up, though. You got to get something. You just got to. Ritter for the game. Overthrow. And they turn it over in bounds. I mean, the defense is doing everything they possibly can. They are gassed out here right now. Late in the game. And that will be all because Danielle Hunter fell down. And they're going to go for it again. Back to back. Go for up. What did we say? 17? Very interesting calls here. It is not going to get there. Finally, Minnesota will get a stop on 4th down and throwing up the proverbial middle finger to the Cowboys sideline. So Desmond Ritter coming back out onto this field. Has to leave the safety of the pocket, but he walks right into a Lawrence sack, his 5th of the day. I will say that again. Lawrence, 5 sacks all on his little lonesome. I mean, this game, you gotta do something here. Big throw, caught Thielen. Thielen somehow brings it in. Thielen down to the 12. So Minnesota goes from the 12 down to the 12. Look, he's pulling out the 360 booty shake. Adam Thielen putting together oh my God. And that was a dangerous throw, but much like the Minneapolis Miracle, seemingly caught it in between the defender's hands there. So here we go. Desmond Ritter, who has a touchdown today. Another opportunity in the red zone. They'll get the snap. He'll throw. Easy throw. A little bit overthrown, but caught by Irv Smith. And that will be his 2nd touchdown of the game. It's still alive. When you want to tell me this, don't lie. Try to remember that. Touchdown Minnesota for what it's worth. I mean, if they get another stop here, you gotta wonder. It's very unlikely, but I mean, 3-play, 79-yard drive. Desmond Ritter 2 for 2 and a touchdown, his 2nd of the day. You have to wonder. Down 10 now. What do you do? What do you do? So Minnesota down just 10, momentum fully on their side. And don't count these guys out just yet. If we get a pick 6 here, this thing could get interesting. Dak Prescott. They're not going to throw it. Threw a seam on the tackle. Guys flying around out there. This will bring us down to the 2-minute warning. So Minnesota holds their timeouts for after the 2-minute warning. They took one prior to the 4-minute mark. I don't get that, but Kevin O'Connell has a plan. As I've said, I just report on it, and down goes Pollard. They'll take their 2nd timeout now. And so here we go. It gets a little bit interesting coming down the stretch. Obvious passing down unless they're just going to run this thing out. Anthony Barr drops back into coverage. Here we go. Prescott, shotgun. Throws incomplete. So Minnesota able to save one of their timeouts. And they have to punt it away. So it's getting a little, if not just for the sake of being better on paper, it's getting a little interesting down here. So Desmond Ridder going over things with Hunter Nicewater. Kirk Cousins not on the sideline. It is being reported he went into the locker room area after he was pulled. So maybe a little bit of frustration, but can you really blame him? So Desmond Ridder leaving the safety of the pocket, throwing. He hits Thielen as he goes out of bounds down to the 49. I mean, I'm just Randy Replay. I am not a member of the Minnesota Vikings organization as a part of the team, but I'm saying you start Ridder next week. That's just me, and if he does bad, you pull him for Kirk. I mean, he's outperformed Kirk Cousins, and he's only been in here for a half a quarter. Let me say that again. He's outperformed Kirk Cousins, and he's only been in here for a half a quarter. So here we go now. Ultimately having to play the outside. Ridder gets the snap. Ooh, batted away at the line of scrimmage. It would have been interesting to see what he saw out there. So 2nd and 10 now. Can we get rid of that? Is there any way to get rid of that? That's so annoying. All right, here we go. Ridder, shotgun, weird snap, corral. Throws. Undercut, pick. Oh boy. Talk about the wind being taken out of the Vikings' proverbial sails. Another interception. And Pollard will stay on his feet. Let me get a McPick, right? We need a McPick. We need something. Lewis Seen kind of... I mean, I wouldn't blame the Minnesota Vikings for giving up. He gave up there. I don't know what he was doing. Prescott, shotgun, gets the snap. Pollard will take it up the middle. Minnesota will call their last timeout. And down 10. Cowboys now in the red zone. You gotta... I mean, it looks better a little bit on paper. Victory formation applied here by Dak Prescott. And this should just about do it. They might be able to run one more play. They'll be down 13 rather. No, that'll do it. So Minnesota falls to 1-9. And the Brute, they're going to make us run. Count it down with me. 5, 4, 3, they're going to get it off. They're actually going to get this off and go up 47-34. So there you go. You got to pour it on there at the end if you're Mike McCarthy, of course, longtime Packer head coach. Going for it on 4th down twice on that final drive prior to the Ridder pick. Now Cousins actually comes back out onto the sidelines for the post game. We'll go over everything Minnesota Vikings football. Yeah, that is a little crazy, isn't it? Harrison Smith, the veteran, frustrated, and rightfully so. So this game at one point, it was not this close at all. As we take a look at the team stats, this game going into the half was 20-6. Minnesota amassed, 28 points in the second half, scoring 0 in the second quarter. So most of the points, obviously Eric Hendricks' pick 6 and then Shannon Sullivan's accounting for both of the touchdowns, or all the points rather, scored in the third quarter. No, I'm mistaken. Sorry, Randy is mistaken. That was Eric Hendricks pick six came in the third. Chandon's came in the fourth, and then Desmond Ritter threw the touchdown to the drive prior to the interception, and thus ending this one. We're going to get into these player stats. We'll get you back to the main screen. Minnesota has to win out the rest of this 3-game homestand to even have a chance in the division. And my goodness, what a game. Coming down the stretch, Minnesota pulled it within 10. And of course, the questionable call to go for it twice. And then there's the result that you get. Desmond Ritter with a QB rating of 95.4. He was 9 for 19, 47% completion percentage, 186, 2 touchdowns before throwing the lone interception. He did have some overthrow problems here today. Even on the touchdown to Irv Smith had to jump up and fully extend. Of course, having that problem in Atlanta earlier this season, it's been his bugaboo this whole season. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him as he's outplayed Kirk Cousins today. Speaking of Kirk, QB rating of 49.1. He was 22 of 33. That is 66% completion percentage. For those of you that didn't know how to do math or didn't look over here. 246 yards, a good day for him. No touchdowns, 4 picks. Oh, Nelly. So a bad day for Michigan State veteran. Dalvin Cook, 20 carries, 89 yards. They stopped using him, obviously, playing from behind so much they had to do something. I mean, he really went sour after the second half. He had a couple good runs, but he really didn't do much in the second half. Adam Thielen, 1 run, -4 yards. Desmond Ritter, 1 run, -3. So Dalvin, the only rusher positive yards. Adam Thielen really put together a game here today. 13 catches, 221 and a touchdown. Wowzers. And of course, the story of the game, Tyler Johnson surpassing 1,000 yards this season. 8 catches, 109. We have to check Adam Thielen's numbers. I do believe he did as well. Irv Smith Jr., 4 catches, 36 yards and a touchdown. KJ Osborne, 3 for 46. Welcome back. Colin Johnson getting in the stat column. The big 6'6" wide receiver converted to tight end. 2 for 15. Drops today by KJ, Colin, and Xavier Rhodes, who supposedly was on offense. Interesting. Nobody cares about blocking, although we did give up 8 sacks. 4 of them by the savvy veteran Brian O'Neill. Oh boy. We're going to go to defense and look at total tackles, and it's Eric Kendricks, once again the league-leading, team-leading tackler for your Vikings. 19. Almost surpassing 20 for the 3rd time this season. Lewis Seen with 13, the rookie getting involved early, getting involved often. Well, I mean, it is week 11, right? That's crazy. And he is on pace for 100 tackles as well. Jordan Hicks had 12, Harrison Smith had 10, Patrick Peterson had 8, Cameron Dantzler with 7, Rhodes with 6, Barr with 5, also had that sack in the first quarter. Daniil Hunter, Kenny Wilkes. Let me just say, it's really good to see Kenny Wilkes get involved. One of Randy Replay's favorite linebackers doesn't see the field because Zadarius Smith is just all around better. But after Zadarius Smith went down with the injury, which we will report on it, 2 big injuries today for your Minnesota Vikings. He comes in and he gets 2 tackles. So let's go Kenny. Let's go Kenny. Big claps for Kenny. Adam Thielen had 2 tackles. Zadarius Smith before leaving had 2 as well. Tackles for loss, we had about 4. Barr, Dantzler, Hicks, and Kendricks. Sacks, we only had 1. So the pass rush not getting back there. 1 sack on the day, Anthony Barr. Interceptions, we had 4. 2 by Eric Kendricks, 1 by Shannon Sullivan, and Cameron Dantzler. Now, if you remember, one of Eric Kendricks is Xavier Rhodes, who leads the league with 13. He almost batted it away. Like he didn't want Eric Kendricks to get it. So that'll be a storyline to follow here. Very, very interesting. Pass deflections, we just had 1 by Anthony Barr. Forced fumbles, we had 1 but it was called back. So we really didn't have any. No blocks, no safeties, well, we had 2, sorry. My goodness. 2 defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings. Chandon Sullivan and Eric Kendricks each had pick 6s today. So we housed 2, and the Minnesota Vikings defense has scored almost half the points in this one. Very, very good. We're going to go to kicking, where Joey Sly, 2 for 2. Longest of 38, 4 for 4 on extra point. Punting, Hunter Nicewander, what a day. He's earning that paycheck here today. 5 punts, 222 yards, netting 200. So, my goodness, what a day for him. Only giving up 22 yards in the punting game, 2 of them inside the 20. Of course, that one being down by Chandon at the 2, and then the one going out of bounds at the 9. Longest punt of 50. Ken Wong-Woo, 7 kick returns for 159. Longest of 26. He also had 2 punt returns for 5 yards. Longest of 5. So he took 1 for 5 and he fair caught 1. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings fall. It looked worse coming into the fourth quarter, but Desmond Ridder coming in halfway through kind of made this thing look better on paper. They go down 47-34. We're going to get you back to the main screen, but before we do, we must let you know that the proceeding was a presentation of the NFL Minnesota Vikings, brought to you by the SSN. Said broadcast cannot be redistributed, restreamed, rebroadcast, or recaptured without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. We'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a moment. And here we are back at the main screen. Of course, we have 1 new injury out of today, and we are scared to look. But we have to, because that's what we do. So, the injury coming out of this, Zadarius Smith with a torn labrum. We knew it would be bad, and he will be out for 4 weeks, putting him out until, I do believe, the Packer game. I do believe, yeah, the Packer game. So, my goodness. So 4 weeks. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. We will go ahead and advance the week. Do believe everybody's ready. Yes, indeed. Week number 12. Oh boy. And as you can see, lower right side of the screen, the Bears have lost their game. The Lions pick up a victory, and the Packers lose. So, still 2 games out of third, 3 games out of second. And unless you run the table now, you are not getting, or you are not able to catch the Packers. I mean, you get 6 is the most you could do. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 7, 6, 7. Yeah, the best you could do is 7 and 9 at this point. So if you are Minnesota, running the table would get you second. And there you go. More chats coming in through the Vikings fan line. What is up? How's it going? Thank you for joining. If you're just tuning in, Minnesota Vikings losing 47-34 against the Cowboys. It looked worse. Desmond Ridder comes in, makes it a little bit better. Eric Kendricks picks 6 in the fourth quarter. And yeah, it's just all going downhill. What's up, Christian? Hello. Vikings fan line coming alive after the broadcast. Oh my heavens. Regardless, Minnesota falls again. They go to 1-9, now seemingly unable to catch the Packers. Appreciate it. And not show. There we go. We thank you for the subscription to the SSN. Okay, so if you're just joining, I am role-playing as Randy Replay, the Minnesota Vikings radio announcer. I have a couple more things to do, and then, yeah, we'll stop this weird voice. So, I do appreciate the sub. Oh, okay, you know, okay. All right. No problem. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. It's awkward, I know, but it's for a YouTube series. Ironically, I'm streaming on YouTube now, so there it is. All right, we'll pick it back up. 3, 2, 1. And before we get too derailed here, let's not put anything past this this Patriots team coming to Minnesota here on Thanksgiving. We draw the late game on Thanksgiving this week. 8:20 start, so football under the lights, so to speak, in Minnesota. Their top threat, Matthew Judon, 88 overall. He does have 12 sacks on the season, so my goodness, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Minnesota giving up a lot of, excuse me, pressured situations where Kirk Cousins or Desmond Ridder has to throw the ball away, escape the pocket, and more times than not, they go down. Offensive ranks, Minnesota, number 3. They climb the ranks to the 3rd overall ranked offense, despite being a 1-9 team. Then, of course, they're going up against the 27th ranked offense of New England, and the best defense in the league comes to town on Thanksgiving. Minnesota not thankful for that, let me tell you. Anyway, Minnesota Vikings number 1 in takeaways, 59, after the 4 interceptions given up by Dak Prescott despite winning. And we have a big test these next 2 weeks, and then we get into division play. So, I mean, coming down the stretch, it's going to get a little interesting, but I think as we take a look at the standings for the NFC, I think it is too far gone here. There's just too many wins with more than 5, too many teams with more than 5 wins. Of course, Minnesota down at the bottom of the NFC. I just don't see. The best you could do is you catch the Bucks at 6. You have to run the table. That's the only option. In order to get into a wild card spot, you have to run the table. There's just too many good teams in this NFC division. Nevertheless, the NFC North, you have, like I said, 3 of the last 5 games are division rivals. So these 3 games at home here against the Cowboys, the Jets, Cowboys, the gosh darn Jets, and the Pats are very, very important. You need to win the next 2 and then take care of business week 15 at home against a very beatable team. I know we've said that a lot this season, against the Colts. And then you're on the road again in cold weather against the Packers and the Bears to round out the season. So Minnesota needing to strap up the laces here, or else, yeah, I mean, you never want to say tank for CJ Stroud, but I mean, you're giving it your all. You were down by 10 coming into the last couple minutes here of the 4th quarter. But nevertheless, it is what it is. Minnesota falling again 47-34 to the Cowboys. We're going to get you out of here. We'll get you prepped for the Patriots. Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a good holiday. And Randy Replay will be with you and live across the SSN. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, joining the Minnesota Vikings fan line. And if you're watching the broadcast on demand, we appreciate your support. I know it's not the best season for Minnesota, but hopefully they hit it good in the draft. Well, they're going to have to, because that's the only option they have here. Minnesota Vikings football. Randy Replay signing off. We'll see you in the next one.